Hi, I'm Craig Hudson. We're here today with local historian Barry Marlett. We're standing in front of the world famous, actually, Burro Schmidt tunnel in the Mojave Desert. Barry, who is this Burro Schmidt?
Well, his real name was William Schmidt, and he was born in Rhode Island in 1871. He had three brothers and three sisters die of consumption, so the physicians told him to move to California where the air was drier for his health. He became a miner, and that's the reason he came here.
Okay, so the tunnel was he searching for gold or?
Originally, he started the mine looking for gold, but then he told everybody he actually kept going because he wanted to develop a way of getting ore into the Fremont Valley where all the processing factories were at.
Okay. How long did it take for him to dig it?
He started it around 1900
Okay.
and completed the tunnel in 1938.
And it was dug by hand by himself?
True, yes. And he would work during the summers for local cowboys ranching, and then buy, I believe, dynamite and supplies. And then in the wintertime, he would come back and start digging again. And this process went on for 38 years.
Okay, how long is the tunnel?
The tunnel is half a mile long, and it's interesting. Once it was really impractical; it would have never worked. And in fact, in 1920, a paved road came through this area that would have carried the ore anyway.
Okay.
So, but he kept going for another 18 years.
Okay. And this is part of the ore track that he installed?
Correct. And look at this with ore carts. Can you imagine hauling out what's believed to be about 5,800 tons of ore in a cart and pushing it out by yourself?
By hand, yeah.
That'd be a real ordeal, wouldn't it?
Okay.
He was determined, wasn't he?
He sure was. Well,
Yeah.
let's go take a look in the tunnel.
Well, let's do that.
Okay. Okay, I'm with Barry Marlett in the Burro Schmidt tunnel. And Barry, we're about a third of the way through, probably 10 years of digging. And
Probably.
We came to this branch. What do you think happened here?
Well, there's a couple of stories on this. One of them is that this is where he kept his maintenance equipment, his digging supplies, dynamite. But there's also another story that's been told that this is where he kept his gold because he really didn't want people to know what he was up to. And
There could have been a vein he was following back there?
you know what? That would make a lot of sense.
It would.
He wouldn't have to go back that far for just hiding stuff. So he probably found a vein that was paying, and he followed it on through.
So this could have been just a distraction to his real intent.
May have been.
Yeah, interesting.
I think it actually, looking down there, I think it just became an obsession for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's go a little farther and see what we can find.
All right, let's do that. Well, what do you think?
Wow, that was amazing. So
Wasn't it?
we've just walked a half a mile through a tunnel at Burro Schmidt, dug by hand, and we've come out on this other side. What are we looking at out here?
Well, this is the Fremont Valley. In the distance, you see Cantil. You can see the oval of the Honda track that's abandoned now. Out there in that white area is Salt Dale. This general area is Cohen Dry Lake. Out in the distance, you see the Soledad Mountain. And over to our left is Edwards Air Force Base. It's a beautiful view out here today.
It really is. What do you think Burro was thinking when he punched through over here on the other side?
I imagine he was relieved. The story I've read or heard that he just basically threw his tools down and walked away. It was an obsession to him, and once it was reached, he was done.
That's amazing. Where is Burro now?
He's at the Randsburg District Cemetery in Johannesburg. If you ever go over to Randsburg, make sure you do go on over to Johannesburg and see the cemetery. It's very interesting.
Okay.
And while you're at Randsburg, make sure you go to the museum.
All right.
See our old friend Bart Parker.
Okay.
He'll show you around the museum.
Okay.
He's a great guy, and he knows this desert like the back of his hand. So make sure you don't miss him. And yeah, this has been amazing, hasn't it?
I really appreciate it. What a hidden treasure in Kern County that most people have no idea exists.
Yeah, it's my first time, believe it or not, and I think it's wonderful.
Okay, thanks so much, Barry.
You're welcome.
Okay.